This is Andy with Quality Stocks. Today's Wednesday, February 2nd, 2011, and today we're going to take a look at Leapfrog Enterprises. This is a New York Stock Exchange company trading under ticker LF. As always, this is just a technical look. I have no idea fundamentally what's going on with Leapfrog, what caused this gap down. But I do see even with the gap down, it caught support at the same level as earlier on last year. It looks like it's going to try and bounce back up. I'd imagine most of these indicators are just going to be buried, so we're looking for any sort of signs of a possible bounce. Of course, we're seeing the histogram trending back towards zero. Tells us we might get a bullish cross in the MACD. Pretty classic pincher setup. ADX up pretty high, looking like it's starting to flatten right now. That's something that we look for. PPO also beginning to curl. Histogram trending back towards zero. Could see a bullish cross coming there as well. What we'll keep an eye on in these sort of plays is for a bounce, and then a little bit of a retrace, and then see if it's going to make a higher low and try and continue and have this pinch sort of play itself out. See, last time it came back down, it actually recovered pretty quickly. Big gap. Came back right here, finally filled that gap from back last July. We'll keep an eye on this for an initial bounce. That's a very nice two-day pattern, and then a continuation of the reversal. See the buying pressure that came in yesterday, got the 7 MFI starting to move up north a little bit quicker. 14 and 21 both flatline, holding over 20. If any buying pressure continues, we'll see them start to curl as well. Down the road here, we're going to look for that trend line to be broken. Again, that's a little bit of ways away. It would take an awful lot of buying pressure to put a spike through it. We're not looking for that. We're looking for this to start to trend back north and break through that eventually. You can see even with that steep drop, selling pressure didn't go too low. It's actually been holding the same base throughout the course of the year, trying to make a little bit of a higher high through here recently. So we're looking for buying and selling pressure to continue to try and equal themselves out. Nice uptrend in the CCI, holding over negative 100. Full still down in oversold territory. We talk about that a lot of times. If you can trade down there consistently for a long period of time, we look for that break of 20 to see some positive momentum coming in. Tricks longer term, well down the road, so what we'll be looking for just a nosedive with the gap down and the selling pressure. Lagging indicator, it's going to take time for that to recover. The buying pressure that came in through here gave the RSI signs of life. 7 pushing up through the 14 now, heading towards the 21, looking like they all might try and come out of oversold territory. As I mentioned early on, this 370 area is appearing to hold as a good support level for Leapfrog. Bounce right back up off of it. Of course, the market had a strong day yesterday. That may have some impact on the fact that this gapped up, put together a pretty nice move, closed up over 2%. I'm going to look for this resistance at 4. It's going to have to break through that. It established itself on this drop as a little bit of a support level, fell through it, came back up, tested the underneath side of it yesterday, touching $3.99. That's going to be the start for it to move through that, and a little bit more up here around 418 or so. That's more than a 5% move again to get up to that point. But if it can start to move through there, that's where we'll see these bullish crosses play themselves out. We'll see this ADX really flatten itself, start to curl down. We'll see the positive and negative VIs move a little bit stronger. MFIs, everything will start to play itself out a little bit better if it can break through this $4 area. And then if it wants to dip again, that's okay. I'd like to see it hold that $4 again, show it that is indeed going to be a support level. This is going to try and put together an upward channel. Long-term scheme of things, of course, massive gap to be filled all the way back up here to $5.30. But as we always reference, these things start with baby steps. That means making a small move, establishing a new support level, and then trying to climb. On the downside, of course, it's going to have to hold that 370 area. It has defined itself twice now in the last year as a pretty good area of support. Any dip down, it's going to need to hold that. If it doesn't, these indicators are going to twist back down the other way, go very bearish. But at this point, it set itself up to try and put itself together a bounce and a possible reversal. So I think this chart's definitely worth keeping on radar. As always, it's merely my interpretation of the Leapfrog Enterprises stock chart. This is Andy with Quality Stocks. Thank you for watching and trade smart.